It's me, your girl, the real deal, Anita Gill. Reaction. I just saw Damar. I heard about his story. You know, I love sports and football. But this is the same reason I said what I said this morning. His condition is improving, y'all, but because he's young and he's strong. Thank God for every day that you get up off your bed. Every day. Just say thank God. Young man almost lost his life. Went into a cardiac arrest on a field which he determined he wants to give back. This is, I mean, he's good, y'all, in football. 24-year old. Nobody can say that he won't be able to come out of this. He had a heart attack. Y'all, I saw his hit. I watched the hit. This happened Monday night playing the Bengals. I saw his hit. That boy was moving. When I said running, young man can run. Y'all, he was running. He caught the ball. And to be honest with you, the boy didn't, it wasn't no illegal hit to me. I'm not about to bash the other player. He ain't even really, it's just like a collision. They had a big collision to me. I want to tell his family to stay strong. Oh my God. You know what, families? Woo, we got to stay strong for our children. We got to stay strong for them now. They supposed to be taken care of. They was playing to be, they canceled that game, y'all. After everybody bowed down to their knees for this young man. I'm going to show y'all the video. Baby, I hope you get well, baby. Young man. Let's take a look at this video. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.
Currently in critical condition at a Cincinnati hospital, the Bills said in a statement early this morning. The chilling scene midway through the opening quarter led the league to postpone the game about 90 minutes after kickoff. CPR was administered to Hamlin, 24, on the field for multiple minutes after he collapsed following his tackle of Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins. Hamlin received oxygen as he was placed in the ambulance and taken off the field some 16 minutes after he collapsed. He was then driven to the nearby University of Cincinnati Medical Center. Early this morning, the Bills providing an update, tweeting this. Damar Hamlin suffered a cardiac arrest following a hit in our game versus the Bengals. His heartbeat was restored on the field. He was transferred to UC Medical Center for further testing and treatment. He is currently sedated and listed in critical condition. Here's Executive Vice President of Football Operations Troy Vincent with more.
It was really about Damar and making sure that look, I've never seen anything like it since I've been playing. So immediately, my player hat went on. How did you resume playing? It was such a traumatic event occur in front of you real time. And that's the way we would think about it, Commissioner and I. Frankly, there was no time period for the players to get warmed up. Frankly, the only thing that we asked was that Sean communicate with both head coaches to make sure they had the proper time inside the locker room to discuss what they felt like was best. So I'm not sure where that came from. 5 minutes warm up never crossed my mind personally. You know?
Juvederm lips, say it all.
Commercial, y'all. You don't supposed to have no 5 minutes warm up. That's period. You're not supposed to. Y'all, right now, y'all looking at his team.
The one I'm saying I, not to be selfish, but the one that was communicating with the commissioner. We never, frankly, it never crossed our mind to talk about warming up to resume play. That's ridiculous. That's insensitive, um, and that's not a place that we should ever be in.
We're going to be speaking with many voices throughout the next 2 hours. Right now, we welcome in ESPN national reporter Coley Harvey from Cincinnati, who is covering the game last night. Coley, I've been watching you on television the last 24 hours, and I know you were connected to this community. You lived in Cincinnati, you said, about 6 years ago. You've been there all evening. What's the latest you're hearing right now?
Molly, the latest we're hearing is that statement that you just read from the Bills, essentially saying that Damar Hamlin is still in critical condition here at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, which is right here behind me. About a block from where I'm standing is where the emergency room is. That's where he was taken just around 9:30 p.m. Eastern last night. What I can tell you in terms of what I've gathered today, I had a chance to talk with a close friend of Damar Hamlin, who has been inside the hospital the last several hours with the family. And he's essentially saying the same thing that we all know right now, and that is that there just are no updates. Right now, the family is waiting hour by hour, trying to hear whatever the doctors can tell them, and it just has not been very much to this point. So we're certainly hoping that that news will improve in a positive way, that we'll start to hear good news and good updates at some point, but it really depends on when the doctors are able to communicate that with the family, and then when the family and the Bills are able to filter that message to the rest of us.
Appreciate the work. Let me ask you this question. The fact that they haven't heard anything, I don't know if you're qualified to answer this or not, but I'm going to ask anyway because I know that you're at a hospital and who knows what you're hearing. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? The fact that we haven't heard more over the last few hours. Talk about his family, his loved ones, that they haven't heard anything. Is that indicative of the fact that there's a better chance that he'll recover from this or not, based off of what you're hearing?
Because I'm not a Dr. Stephen A., I have to say that I'm not really qualified to answer, but
Some sort of news from the hospital in Cincinnati.
Up after that play, he immediately collapsed to the ground. Then at 9:19,
progress. This is not going to be something that all of a sudden changes overnight. We're going to be with this story for a while, just as Damar Hamlin's family is going to be dealing with this for a while.
yeah, Coley, thank you so much. Excellent job in a difficult situation. What we can do, though, is continue to lift up the entire family in prayer. And here's the timeline of events as we look back again last night. If you're just joining us, Hamlin suffered an injury at 8:55 Eastern after hitting T. Higgins. He got up after that play. He immediately collapsed to the ground. Then at 9:19, the game was temporarily suspended. 7 minutes later at 9:25, the ambulance left the stadium with Hamlin for the University of Cincinnati Medical Center. And at 10:01, the game was officially postponed by Roger Goodell. For more now, we bring in Adam Schefter. Adam, you've been covering this league for a very long time, dialed in like no one else.
It's almost as if everybody came together, mentioned social media is the place for everybody to speak up, and there was not a person in the football community, in the sports community, really the world at large, who were all tuned into this game of high stakes, pulling for and praying for Damar Hamlin last night and waiting to see some sort of positive news that we went through the night. Now, the NFL also talked about the fact that essentially every game is outfitted for some sort of trauma and emergency situation. And this was a horrible thing that unfolded last night. Both teams have vast medical staffs, and that is really one of the only saving graces there, that you have so much medical attention on the scene that they were able to treat Damar Hamlin and take him to the hospital. But it was unnerving, it was jarring, it was unsettling, it was frightening. It was all those things all wrapped up in one. It was one of those events, I believe, that people will always remember where they were and what they were doing when they were watching the game and who they were with when they saw this particular incident unfold, and basically everything.
Okay, y'all, before I leave, I wish I can show y'all the play. But I don't want to get a copyright. Boy, quarterback threw him the ball, y'all. The boy got so much speed. He was running so fast and so hard. When he caught the ball, the other dude was in the contact that he was coming in. Oh my God, y'all should have seen it. He didn't push him. He didn't do nothing. They collect it was a collision, a whole collision. Something popped out the other player. That's how hard the impact was. He didn't. It wasn't no illegal hit. It wasn't nothing. It was just he was running that fast, and the impact of both of them speed did this to him. And when he fell down on the ground, y'all, he held his head. He didn't hold his heart. He was still moving. He was still moving, y'all. The young man was still moving. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.